Hey, so it's been a long time since I've made a video. There's been a lot that has happened since the last time I made a video. Um, I think that was like around in July, the last one that I made. But like nothing like bad happened. No, let me rephrase that. It was really bad, okay? So we moved into a house in the hood, and this house was like 100 years old, right? And it was ghetto as fuck, and it was nasty, and there was freaking it. It was infested with bed bugs. Okay, we only lived there for like 2.5 months, and I started getting bites on me like right away. And I'm very, aware with my body and everything, that goes on with it. So I was like, I know this isn't just like some eczema or mosquito bites. Like something's going on. And so I started like stripping the house, like tearing it apart, looking for things. And I didn't find anything. And then finally, one day when I was tripping on acid, I found one, right? Okay. And it sent me into a spiraling, just craziness. Like I was on edge for months. Not okay. Like I could go into like detail rant about like how much I like checked the beds. I checked myself. Like I would check other people, just like crazy, like almost like schizophrenic, like crazy, like monkey, like looking for bugs through someone's fur. Crazy, like it was bad. So we left there and went and stayed in a hotel. And the more I looked up like bed bugs, the more I learned that there is more bed bugs in hotels than there would be in your house, right? So that set me through another crazy loop because I'm nuts when it comes to like stuff like that, like bugs, right? And so there was no bugs in that hotel. Whew, thank God, right? And so, but from there, like, because we only stayed a week there, from there, we had to go to a different part of the state and stay there because that's where my boyfriend's work was. It was closer. So we got there and we're like, oh, this one looks nicer, like cool. Maybe like this whole like bed bug thing is finally gonna, start giving me like some relief. So I decided to take some acid. Don't know why. And so I'm glad I did because I stayed up, a little late. And I walked outside to smoke a cigarette. And I walked back in. And I'm opening the door. And I stopped because I see something moving across the pillow. And it was a bed bug walking across the pillow. Like, are you kidding me right now? No! So we marched down to the office, right? They're like, you gotta wait till the morning. We can't give you a refund until the morning comes when the manager comes and then he can get into the safe. Bitch, you telling me that I gotta sit there in this hotel and wait for your manager while there's buggies crawling all over me? I went and laid in that hotel on the floor in the fetal position because no. Alright? So, obviously there was a lesson to learn there. If I kept seeing bed bugs everywhere, obviously it was a hotel, so, you could say, oh, it's a coincidence. No, there is no coincidences, all right? So, from there, check this out, right? Whew, we went and stayed with, like, some more friends. Then we went and stayed with family. And then, so during this whole time, I see, like, this number sequence or whatever you want to call it. These numbers all the time, and I take them as a message from Source or Spirit, God, whoever you want to call them, okay? And I kept seeing 23, 11, 23, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, but anything with the 2, 3 incorporated into it. I think I even made a YouTube video about the 23 before on my channel. And so I'm seeing it. I start trusting the universe. I'm like, you know what, universe? I'm assuming you're trying to give me a message because it's getting to the point where it is creepy, like in your face, 23. All right. And so I start, like, doing my research on, like, what the vibration of 23 means and all that. And I pretty much get, like, live with no fear. Change is coming, because we all associate change with fear. You could say you don't, but I'm sure everybody does a little bit. Everybody fears change one way or another of some sort. Sometimes. So, but I think this was telling me to live it with no fear, okay? Because there was a lot of stress going on at this time, almost to the point. It was just unbearable stress because, I didn't know where we were going. My boyfriend, he owned his own house before this, so he was like, he didn't really know, like, where to go to rent, and we didn't really have any, like, good credit. We just both got out of divorce, so it was, like, a lot, you know what I mean? And, so we moved in with his cousin, which is also going through divorce, or, I don't know, how relationships go, only they know what's going on. And so she moves out of her house and she moves out here to where we go. We followed her, and because she's like, hey, I got approved, my credit's not good either, so you should come out here and check it out. So we do, and we get approved as well. So we get told no to the first house, which was 213. All right. And then we look at a few other houses and we decide that the other ones just wasn't working out. So there was probably like 3 available. And one of them, the one we ended up moving into, is number 23. And I am not shitting you, brah. Not shitting you, okay? So on top of seeing 23, like, all over the place, all the time, what else happens? We move into house number 23, okay? Now, what is this supposed to mean? I don't know. And on top of that, 23 is the day me and my boyfriend started seeing each other. Like, we declared our love for each other was on 9/23/2017. So something about the vibration of 23 has definitely been playing a huge impact on my life, whether it's reassurance or it's like red herring. I don't know if you know what red herring is. It's when it's like a hint is laid out before you to signify, you know, like something is coming. So, like in a book, when the author lays down red herring for the audience, the people who are reading it, it's usually like the serial killer laid, you know, like left something behind, and the detective finds it. It doesn't quite make sense at that time in the book, but later on it does. That's red herring, okay? So I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me, rather than to just keep having faith. And when in doubt, I think it is best to just keep doing, like keep creating. Like yesterday I was in a funk and I didn't know what to do, so I made some apple fritters. I got up and I started cooking. You know, you just got to keep doing what makes you feel good, and you'll get there. Like, obviously you can't just like sit around and hold out your hand, wait for donations. You know, like I run my own business and stuff from home. But when you feel down and out of sync and you don't know what to do or like where you're going, you just have to keep moving. Otherwise, you know, you're just going to be sitting in stagnant water with nobody to, with nowhere, you know what I mean? So, you always have to be creating. So, when in doubt, create. Because it's never failed me. It's never pointed me wrong. Sorry, I'm just like in shock about like this whole 23 thing. I don't know how to explain it. If anybody has any ideas to why or what numbers you see a lot and what kind of impact it's had on your life, what you did during those times to kind of like pay more attention, because definitely need to pay more attention. Everybody needs to pay more attention. There's never such thing as paying too much attention, right? Maybe a little bit, I don't know. But that's just like my recap. I should be making videos again here soon. There's some new things coming in the works. It's really exciting. I'm glad things have kind of like settled down. Time to stay positive.